Hey Rockets, it's Mrs. Wilkenbush back here with your daily math assignment. We are still working in that same Unit 7 Module 1 book. Today we are working on Session 6. So it should look like this, comparing fractions at the wild animal park. Bottom of the page says 266. So I'll give you a minute to jump there. Found it? Awesome. Here we go. So today we are comparing fractions at the wild animal park. And this is just to kind of give you a feel of comparing fractions because we're working on that. We are going to continue to do a lot of that. So I think it's good practice. So here's what we're doing today. Jasmine and Brent went to a wild animal park. In most of the park, you look at the animals from a distance that's safe for both the people and animals. But one part of the park, it's okay to get close and to feed the animals. Have you ever been to the Milwaukee Zoo and been in the petting part of the zoo and that you got to feed the animals? I think that's probably where they are. You can buy seed bars to give to the prairie dogs and little bricks of hay to give to the deer. Solve the problems below and use the fraction bars to help you. We're going to do number 1 together, and then you are going to continue to do number 2. Okay, so it says Brent and Jasmine each bought a seed bar to feed the prairie dogs. When they were done walking through the animal feeding area, Brent had 3/8 of the seed bar left. Jasmine had 2/5 of the seed bar left. Who had more of the seed bar left? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause right now, and you are going to color in yours. I'm going to color in mine, and then we'll come back and see if we match. Ready? Go. Okay, got yours colored in? Does it look like mine? Look at, they're actually really close, aren't they? Okay, so now what we have to do, it says who has more seed bar left? Would you say Jasmine or Brent? I'm looking, I have Brent in the green. So this is Brent. I'm going to put a B. Oops, I got to change my color. Hold on. Color. Brent. And back to my color. Jasmine. Who do you think has more? Think about it for a minute and then write your answer, and we'll come back and see if we got the same answer. Okay, did you get it? Yay! Your answer should be Jasmine, because look at the question here. It said, who had more? That was kind of a tricky one, because if you look at it from a fraction standpoint, Jasmine has a bigger fraction bar colored in than Brent does. So that's how you know that that's your answer. Okay, so that's the first page that you're doing today. Whoops, I'm going to leave that right there for a minute. And then I'm going to scroll down to the next page because we have a couple pages for home connection as well. So again, this is page 266. So I'm going to pause and get to the next page, and then you'll know where we're going next. Hang on, here we go. Hey everyone, we're back at it. So we are on page 135, sketch and compare fractions. So it says Unit 7, Module 1, Session 6. At the bottom of this page, though, it says home connections. So we're actually going to do, there's 2 pages of the home connections that we're going to do today. Okay. This should be pretty straightforward for you for sketch and name 2 fractions that are equivalent to 1/3. Let's do this first one together, and then I'm going to erase it and then go on to the next one. Okay. So I like to do, for comparing fractions, I like to just basically double the numbers. That's the easiest one for me to do. So, and remember, when you're working with fractions, whatever you do to the top, you have to do to the bottom, and vice versa. So if I take this and make it 2 times 2, that would give me 4. So I'm going to do a 4. And then if I take 2 times 3, that gives me 6. So now I've got 3. I got to make 6 in here. And then I would color in this. So this would all be colored in. Goodness, I need help practicing coloring in the lines, don't I? Whew. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. and I've got 4 of them colored in. That is the equivalent to 2/3. Okay, so let me change colors. And let's do another one. Okay, so if I took 2 times 2 to get 4, what if I take 2 times 3? So 2 times 3 is 6. And remember, whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. And so I did 2 times 3. So now I do 3 times 3. That would give me 9. All right, so now I got to break these into ninths. Let's see. So I need... And again, yours are going to look a lot better than mine because I can't color very well and draw lines as well as you guys can. Okay, so I need 9 parts, right? Because the bottom is how many total parts, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got my 9. Now I get to color in 6 parts of the 9 total. So I'm going to color in this one, this one, this one. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6. If you will notice that I've colored in the same amounts, but I have different numbers of parts within, which is my denominator, the number of parts colored in. Okay, so you're going to continue on and use this page to finish these. Now I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to erase because I want to go down and practice a couple at the bottom of this page. So bear with me. All right, bottom of the page. It says rewrite 2/3 and 3/4 with a common denominator. So you guys remember a common denominator means the 2 bottom numbers have a factor that they can both go into evenly. Sometimes the easiest way just to get it to a common denominator is you just multiply the 2 bottom by themselves, but times each other. So 3 times 4 is 12. Well, I know 3 goes into 12, and I know 4 goes into 12 because I multiplied them. So if I have a common denominator of 12, what did I do to the 3 to get it to 12? Think about that for a minute. You're right. I took it times 4. So whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So if I took the bottom times 4, I have to take the top. So this now becomes 8/12. Would you agree? Okay, so now let's do this one with the common denominator. Our denominator is still going to be 12. So on the 4, what did I multiply 4 times to get to 12? Good job, you guys. It's 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. You got this. So now this is 9/12. Okay, so I have 2 fractions with a common denominator now. So it's a little easier for me to compare them instead of sometimes making sure I have a visual like I do up in the other one. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for that one. All right, I'm going to erase this and then we're going to go to the next page. Hang on. Okay, we are just continuing from where we were on your Home Connections page, sketch and compare fractions. We're going to be really good at these by the time we're done. You're going to keep working on sketching and comparing, rewrite with a common denominator. We did those. But I want to look at question number 9 because that one, they give you the example on how do you get there, and then you can compare it. And they did exactly what we did up above on the other question. The only difference is I'm going to show you a technique that I use, and you don't have to use it. You can use exactly this example that they've given. But I'm going to kind of say mine's kind of old school. It's kind of how I learned how to do it, and it might be more comfortable to your parents. But again, when we're doing math, there's always more than one way to do something. And while we're trying to teach you different methods and bridges, ultimately, we want the method that works best for you, that makes the most sense, because ultimately you have to be able to explain how you got your answer. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do this one together. So I'm going to take 2 6 and I'm going to take 3 8, and I'm going to line them up this way. Okay, and the reason that I line them up this way is I'm going to overflow into this space. You guys can use the space all over your paper. You can get a piece of scratch paper. You can use your dry erase board, whatever works for you. Just someplace on here, we as teachers, we like to see your work. And the reason we like to see your work is because we can see if you are doing the same problem or a similar problem and you keep making the same mistakes. I, as a classroom teacher, am like, oh gosh, I know exactly where I can help them and explain why they are thinking that, or you tell me why you're thinking that, and then we'll get around to figuring out, what you were thinking and why it's working that way. So here's what I'm going to do. I like to draw this from my common denominator. And now I'm going to change my color so we can see it. I'm going to think of a multiple that the factors of 6 and 8 will go into. Okay, well, if I do 6 times 2 is 12. Well, 8 I know doesn't go into 12. If I do 6 times 3 is 18. Well, I know 8 doesn't go in there. If I do 6 times 4, that's 24. Oh, wait, 8 goes into 24. So I'm going to use a common denominator of 24. You absolutely could do what they did over here and just multiplied 6 and 8, 6 times 8 to get to 48 for your common denominator. You can actually, absolutely, positively, whatever word I want to use to get there. I like to find the smallest one because then as I get older, I'm going to have to simplify my answers and make sure that I have it into the simplest form. This is a good way for me to already get there. So I'm giving you kind of a trick to the trade. You're welcome. Kind of ahead of the game. Okay, so remember I said that whatever I do to the bottom and top, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So what did I take 8 times to get to 24? Yell it. I can hear you. Yeah, you got it. It's 3. So I multiplied by 3. So I have to multiply this by 3. So I know 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so what did I multiply 6 times to get at 24? What's that? Oh, yeah, you're right. It is 4. All right, so we're going to do 4. And whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. And this was 2 times 4 is 8. So now I'm comparing these fractions. So which fraction is greater than, less than, or equal to? 9. So 3/8 is greater than 2/6. Okay? This is just another technique. Absolutely, positively okay to do it this way across. I like them up and down because then I have that visual from me up and down. Again, you choose whatever way works best for you. So just a reminder, you have to do page 135 and 136. That's considered the home connections. And look, you can see it. I'm going to get rid of my pencil right here. You can see it right here. Do you see me kind of moving my mouse right there? And then you need to go back and finish page 266 of the regular ones. Hey, keep well, keep being well, keep getting outside, keep doing what you're doing, and we will see you soon.